numbers for absentee ballots and also absentee ballots in a mid A good evening, everyone, and welcome to the news now at 10 o'clock. I'm Danielle Lawan, and yes, you're not seeing me at the regular live desk. I am out in South Carolina in the Low Country, bringing you the latest on these races. I've been out here all evening for a rally for one of the candidates for the job, and we're going to walk through these. I do want to let you know I have two phones. I know some of you are going to chime in with that rap song, but I have two phones, so I'm taking a look at the latest comments that you have on this Facebook thread, and if you have any questions, jump jump in and ask, and I'll try and get to those while we're out here in the Low Country as soon as I can. But for now, I'm going to put them down and get back to you later. Remember, you have to be watching on Facebook in order to interact with me and ask questions, and also chime in and let me know if you're voting blue or red, and especially in some of these races, who you're voting for. But why I was out here today running for the 1st congressional seat, Katie Arrington, a big rally today. Now, currently in that House seat is Mark Sanford. Katie Arrington beat out Mark Sanford in the primary elections, and she now faces Democrat Joe Cunningham in that race. She was out today for her big rally and making their last-minute sways to get voters on board. Take a listen.
Remember what this election is about. This election is about you. This election is about making sure the tax cuts are permanent. This election is about making our communities and our nation safer. This election is about getting infrastructure dollars back to this state because we need it for flooding, for bridges, for roads. That's what this election is about.
We have a choice, on the ballot. A chance to, bring people together and start working together on the issues that are facing people at their own kitchen table that they talk about at home, like the traffic, the infrastructure, banning offshore drilling. I mean, what impacts us here in the Low Country? And those are the issues that I'm run on.
And Arrington and Cunningham are both from the South Carolina area. Now, the 1st district is the largest and wealthiest district in South Carolina. So big race here, and also unusual for it to be such a big race. Now, as you know, every district in South Carolina, except for one, is historically known to vote red. So for this to be such a close race and so heated is extremely unusual. But we will have folks out in the Low Country tomorrow, team coverage, keeping an eye on all of these races. Also today, big news why there was such a big turnout at that rally. Donald Trump Jr. flying into Hilton Head today to support Katie Arrington as in that congressional seat. Take a listen to how excited he was.
So we're here to show John Jr. that the Low Country believes in the values of health care. We believe in the values of Social Security, Medicare, education, as well as protecting our coastline, things that we don't believe that Joe's opposition candidate does. So we are here this afternoon showing Dom that South Carolina and the Low Country are not one single party.
And Donald Trump Jr. did tell me that he 100% backs Katie Arrington and who she is as a person for this seat. But also he wants her to get into office to continue what is already going on there in the White House with his father, President Donald Trump. And as you know, a lot of folks from the White House, both in Georgia and South Carolina, pushing for Republican candidates. Brian Kemp here in Georgia, and now Katie Arrington. Stacey Abrams is the Democratic candidate in Georgia running for governor, but the White House is not backing her for that position. Again, in the Palmetto State, we're also keeping a close eye on the governor's race. The current Republican governor, Henry McMaster, facing State Representative James Smith in that race for governor. And South Carolina breaking records for absentee ballots in the midterm election. Take a look at some of these numbers. The Election Commission says more than 230,000 votes were cast as of Friday evening. That is incredible. And 46% more absentee votes this year than in the previous midterm record of 157,000 early votes. That was in 2014, and that Election Commission expects these voting numbers to rise. Big friendly reminder, all of you guys in the Low Country and Beaufort County, listen up, grab your pen and paper if you're heading out to vote tomorrow. Some of those polling locations have changed, and we don't want you to miss those. We want you to get out and vote. So listen up and write down what you're seeing on your screen. If you're in Hilton Head, Precinct 1A or 1B, your polling location will now be at the Hilton Head Presbyterian Church on William Hilton Parkway, and Chichessie, yes, I'm pronouncing that correctly. Chichessie, your polling location will now be at Thomas C. Barnwell Administration Building in Okatee. If you missed me reading through those right now, that is on our website, but make sure that you are going out tomorrow to the right polling location, because we want you to cast your votes in this election. It's always important to vote in every election and have your voice heard. We also want to make sure that you're going to the right places. Pulling out my other phone, as many of you are chiming in these elections, saying hello. Hey guys, Danielle, you've been searching for a ballot worksheet to help you get prepared to vote. Where to find it? Sue, that is a good question. I'm not 100% positive on where a ballot worksheet is, but I will tell you that we have a ton of helpful information on the Election Center on our website. Just go to WTOC.com. You can see the Election Center right there. Scroll down, and questions that I have had myself have 100% been answered in that Election Center. So I would highly recommend that you might find that answer there. It's an extremely helpful link. Also, you guys chiming in on what you're going to be voting. I'm seeing a lot of red, 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 Georgia blue. We're going to paint this country red, red wave. I am stoked to see all of you so enthused about this race and also watching it, keeping up with it, and also staying with us during it. We will have folks, reporters across the state tomorrow, Atlanta, Athens, in Savannah, expanding all the way up to where I am right now in the Low Country. So be sure to stay with WTOC for the campaign and election of 2018. But for now, guys, I'm getting ready for the 11 o'clock news, where I'll be bringing you much more on Katie Arrington's rally today and Donald Trump Jr., President Trump's son, here in the Low Country. I got some great highlights and clips of that rally, all the excitement. So be sure to tune in for that tonight on the news at 11. But for now, have a great rest of your night, guys.